Hello, how are you? I've just realised I normally say I'm Stephen Greatbit, but I am Lazy Enviro Man. It's so fucking dumb. That is who I am. Welcome to my first video on my YouTube channel for this new experiment. Um, I should explain what this is firstly, so I will do that now. Essentially, I am very, very conscious that I'm lazy, and I will not do anything if I can avoid doing it, because part of that is I'm very, very busy with work and I get very tired. But I'm, as we all are, I think, I'm increasingly aware not getting on top of this stuff, environmenty stuff, simply won't do. And I should do more about it. And me being me, as regular followers of the other work that I do will know, if I don't turn this into a project, I won't do anything about it. So I have. And I'll be honest, I don't care if no one watches these videos or follows the account on Twitter, Lazy Enviroman, or keeps up with the blog on my website, stevemcneil.co.uk. What I care about is forcing myself to do this so that I can affect positive changes and have told you I'll do them so that I actually do them, and thus do what I can. So what I'm going to do is I have set aside an hour a week in my diary where I will have a Google. And during that Google, I will look into new ways I can improve my positive impact on the environment rather than carrying on with bad habits that I've got into. I appreciate that for a lot of people, I'll fall short of what is good enough. I'm not expecting that I'll be able to do everything right from day one. I can't weave my own trousers out of discarded roadkill yet. I'll get there. For now, I'm going to try and make very basic changes, and I'm hoping that in doing those and sharing with you guys how easy I found it to do easy things, maybe we'll all do a little bit better. And over time, if we make those steps together, we'll do our bit. That's the plan. I'm also keeping a blog post thing running on my website, again under Lazy Enviroman, the page on there, or you can go to lazyenviroman.co.uk or .com, and it will redirect you there, because I thought I might as well do it properly. So I've had a Google. Week one, we're going in now, we're diving in, and I googled three things on Google, which will give you a sense of how pathetic this all is. I googled biggest ways to help the environment, I googled quickest ways to help the environment, and I googled easiest ways to help the environment, and it threw back a bunch of websites at me, which were incredibly useful. I'm not going to bother you with the websites at this point, although I'm sure they will become resources we'll go back to in various points. But I had a flick through, and what I was looking for this first video and for the first week was quick wins. So what are things I could immediately do that would mean I was doing a bit better? And I will tell you what those are now, and then I'll tell you the sorts of things we're going to look at in future weeks. So one of the big ones that came up was single-use plastics, and I am that person who loves a coffee because he's tired and busy, but always gets the crappy cup. The one-use cup that can't even be recycled because it's got the plasticky lining or the thing. At Costa Coffee, there's a Costa Coffee I tend to go to. Other coffees are available that destroy the planet. And so the first thing I've done is I'd actually already got this. I imagine a lot of you have got it already. I've got a little cup that was a present from my daughter, from my wife, but it's nominally engraved by my daughter. It says, "Don't forget me, Daddy. Big hugs, love from my daughter," and some kisses on it. And you can take these into coffee places and they'll fill it up like they'd make you a normal coffee, but they'll often knock like 10, 25p off the coffee. So if I whack that in my rucksack, I'll get cheaper coffee and I'll feel smug because it's not made any litter. So I am going to do that. And if you don't have one of those, you can buy them for like 5-10 quid online. The big thing with these and water bottles, it turns out, is make them BPA-free. There's some schools of thought that think that the lining can maybe degrade and then you're getting toxins or whatever. I don't know if it's bullshit, but the BPA-free ones seem like not more expensive. So get a BPA-free one of them. I'm going to do that. I needed, though, I was thinking through, like I have a little sweetener, which come in the little paper pouches. I'm probably going to find out I should carry my own sweeteners, and I can do that. For now, I haven't gone that deep. But stirrers came up as a thing, and that reminded me also that if I ever get food, like a little M&S or whatever on the way, you get a little salady pastry thing. Cutlery. I get through a lot of shitty plastic cutlery, so I've treated myself to this. It was £5 on Amazon. I'm sure we'll go down the rabbit hole of why Amazon's a bad idea, and I should have bought this from my local farm. But for now, I bought this on Amazon, and it's a little pouch that can go in my bag, and it's got a knife, fork, spoon, a little teaspoon for me coffee for stirries. It's got a bottle opener as well. I'll be honest, I don't need that. But it came in that set. I spent £5. It'll all go in the pouch, and I'm sure at some point it'll be handy. So I'm going to keep that in my rucksack as well. So that's going in the rucksack. Water. Love a drink of water as well. And I actually got one of these, which again you've probably all seen. This one I got given for free when we did a corporate at Sky, so free Sky TV promo. They're probably evil as well. So I'm just going to refill that and have water. You can refill those at pretty much anywhere that will let you drink tap water if you ask nicely. So again, I never have to buy one of those crappy plastic bottles of water now. I've got that, so that's going in the rucksack. Well done me. But fizzy drinks, I do like a fizzy drink, and I know straws are very bad. They're killing a lot of dolphins with straws, so I've treated myself to something else, which I'm very excited about. Again, this is about £5. It's a metal straw. We all know metal straws are a better idea, but this one's a retractable one, because I was thinking it through. I thought if I get they do 8-inch ones, so they can go in anything, and they do bendy ones or anything, but the problem with that is, where the fuck am I going to put that in my bag? So a little retractable one, I can drop it inside this prick. It's not taking up any more room, and he's ready to go. So I've got a telescopic metal straw. My life has changed immeasurably, and that's going to let me, when I want to have a guilt-free sip, because I love it. I just love a straw, guys. And part of genuinely the lazy enviro man thing, I'm going to try to go about this in a way that it's low effort, but I've got a thing. And if you like a certain thing, let's find a way we can do that, but where it fucks Mother Nature in the bum a little bit less. Should I swear on lazy enviro man? I have. So I've got no more plastic water bottles, and I'll probably get through 3 or 4 of those a week. No more coffee cups, probably a couple of those a week. So that's 6 things a week. No more straws. So that's a couple more straws as well. What was the other thing? I can't remember. Oh, and the cutlery. Let's call it nominally 10 items a week that I'm not going to throw in a shitty bin anymore. That's going to end up in the sea. So what's that? 52 weeks. That's over 500 things I'm not going to use unnecessarily in the next year. And it took no time at all. And it probably cost me 15-20 quid. I appreciate people are on tight budgets. That might be a thing. But 25p off on the coffee, I reckon if you treat yourself to all the things I just said, and you do indulge in the coffees, by the end of the year, what you've saved on the coffees, you've probably paid for all the bits and bobs anyway, right? I'm not going to do the maths. I'm a lazy enviro man. But that's where I sit on that. So there's one other thing. I'm a bugger for the little single-use 5p bags. I'll always walk in, I'll buy things and go, do you want a bag? And I go, yeah, because I haven't got anything to put it in. So I've got a little tote bag. This one I nicked from the Phoenix, but you've all got a canvas bag at this point that you've had for free at an event or something. Or if you haven't, dig one out or buy one if you really need to. But you'll get given one of these somewhere soon. You've got a carrier bag you've already got in your cupboard you can put in your bag until you get a canvas bag. But I'm going to throw that in there as well. And then whenever I go to the shops where they go, do you want a bag? I'll go, no, I don't. I've got this one I nicked from a pub. So that's me things. Now look, that isn't impressive at all. It's not meant to be. The point is, if I hadn't sat down for an hour this morning and promised I'd record this and show you it, I wouldn't have done any of that. And I kept throwing shit in the bin. And I think the people who are going to gravitate to this channel, if anyone does, are the people who understand that and just want to get it done. And hopefully I'll be passably pleasant company to the extent that you're willing to tune into these, or at least have a look at what I've done this week to do them. So that's what I've done. If you do choose to do any of those things, or you like this video or anything about it generally, let me know in the comments. Or if I've done anything horribly wrong, by all means tell me. But if you send me a link to a really boring website that's really long, I'm not going to read it, and I'm probably going to mute you. Pragmatic, fast, little responses is the way this is going to thrive. I'm sure I'm not perfect, but let's keep it simple, keep it quick, and all push in the right direction. And hopefully, I mean, not using all that shit I was going to throw in a bin in the next 12 months. That's got to be better, hasn't it? Some cunt will tell me why it isn't. Fuck 'em. Doing what I can. We're probably all going to die anyway, aren't we? But at least I'll feel a little bit more smug when the planet bursts into flames. So that's that. I'm going to wrap up. But in terms of future things I'm going to do, my plan at the moment, if you're curious, and you might be, if you're still watching, you definitely are, because we've been going nearly 10 bloody minutes. I'm generally just going to try to be more mindful of the environment when I'm buying things, and if things pop up during the week. I'll tell you about those. But the next projects I'm going to do next week in that hour, I'm going to have a look at, there's a few forms you can fill in and work out your carbon footprint. It's a thing that I hear a lot about, and I know that I could sort of carbon offset things by getting someone to plant trees, but is that bullshit? Is anybody actually planting the trees? I've no idea, but I'm going to do a thing which tells me where the issues are with my carbon footprint and then attempt to reduce those. So I will report back on my carbon footprint and what are offered to me as solutions to do. So I'll see where that goes. I'm going to have a look at my recycling as well, because we're all right at it, but I'm sure I'm doing things wrong, or could be doing better. So I'm going to look into that. Less meat. I like Rob Sedgbeer, King Rob, or how King Rob is a vegetarian, and I often don't eat meat when I'm with him. A couple of friends aren't. My kid's not that into meat really, and I'm not that fussed by it as long as the thing is tasty. So I don't think I could. I will. I'm going to have to give it up at some point. We all are, aren't we? But I'm going to start looking at ways that I can do that. Also renewable energy for the house. Try to get on all that. And the one novelty one that I'm really excited about. One of the suggestions was get your own beehive. Well into that. I want my own beehive. I don't even know why. I know we need bees, but I just want a fucking beehive. How cool that be? This is my beehive. You're either on board with that or you've got no idea why you're still watching this, but I want a beehive. And before Christmas, I want to make sure I do an episode which is about doing Christmas better in terms of food waste and wrapping paper and those sorts of things, because that feels like a timely thing that we could all do. I've got a little bit of time to lead up to. That concludes my video, but to recap, I've just realised I've left these up for the entire thing. This is ridiculous. To recap, get yourself a straw, get yourself some reusable cutlery, coffee cup, water bottle, bag, throw all that in your rucksack, and we're 500 pieces of shit better off each every year. I'll be back next week with another one of these videos. Do please subscribe to Twitter at Lazy Enviroman, the YouTube channel, which is a gibberish link until I've got 100 subscribers, and then I can give it a proper URL. And on my website, stevemcneil.co.uk / I think it's lazy. You know what? LazyEnviroman.com. Let's get on board with that. That's all the things. I'll try to post links for the 2 Amazon things in the comments on this if I remember to. If not, it'll be on the blog. I'm going to go away. But yeah, that was fun. I'll see you again next week. Love you. Bye.